Amen. Pick your Bible, 2 Chronicles chapter 26. I started teaching last week how to turn your clients to customers. How to turn your clients to customers. Somebody said, but I'm not a businessman, I work. Yes, you can turn people that come to work for you, become your friends, become your best friends. The word client means somebody that patronizes you. The word customer means somebody that's made the custom of patronizing you. So the plan and purpose of God for you is that when you meet somebody for the first time, that might be the beginning of the relationship. It's never meant to be the end of the relationship. Can you say, I hear you? So the plan and purpose of God for you and I is that if somebody makes cake with Favor Cake for the first time, that might be the first time. It's not meant to be the last time. If somebody visits our church for the first time, that might be the first time, but it's not meant to be the last time. If somebody visits me as a doctor for the first time, that might be the first time. It's not meant to be the last time. So the plan and the original intention in business is that your client must become your customer. So when people say he's my customer, but it's only patronized you once, that is not your customer, that's your client. The word customer is from the word custom. Somebody that has become accustomed to patronizing you. I remember my dad asked 4 boys. As a young boy, we were living at Kabiawu Street, Mokola Ibadan. Then he got some promotion and moved us to Ring Road. And then he would drive us almost every Saturday from Ring Road. He would drive us to Mokola to get an haircut. That does not make sense to me. I was the most vocal of the children. One day I said to him, I said, why do we drive several minutes to go cut hair at Mokola where we used to live? He said, well, you know Mani Doti Baba. Oh, some of you are not old enough to know Mani Doti. He said, Mani Doti Baba is a good Baba. I said, Daddy, how did you know the ones we passed by are no good Babas when we never tried them? He said, well, you know, the environment is good. I said, I've seen better environment as we are driving by. Then he told me to shut up. The man is my friend. That's what you should have said from the beginning. Many a times when somebody had become your friend, you pass several people to go get them. You see people with cheaper materials, but because he is your friend, he's the one you patronize. So the key thing is, what do I do when somebody comes to me the first time to keep them coming? We saw to start with, we saw 2 Chronicles chapter 26 from verse 6. Bible was talking about a man called Uriah. The Bible talked about how he went forth and warred against the Philistines and broke down the wall of Gath. Joshua, it's not working up here. Went to the wall of Gath, he went wall of Jabna, the wall of Ashdod. He built cities about Ashdod and among the Philistines and helped him against the Philistines and all that. The Bible started to talk about how in verse 9 he built towers in Jerusalem, the corner gate, the valley gate, and turning of the wall 45. In verse 10, the Bible talk about he built towers in the desert, digged many wells, he had much camels. The Bible said in verse 11 that he had fighting men that went to war for him. The Bible said he has a secretary and an accountant. In verse 12, he had the number of the chief of the fathers of the mighty men and all that and all that. In verse 15, he made several inventions. But verse 5 told us how he was able to do that. Look at 2 Chronicles 26 verse 5. The Bible says because he sought God in the days of Zechariah, who had an understanding the visions of God, and as long as he sought God, God made him to prosper. Look at that in Message translation. It was a Message translation. Can I get that in Message translation? 2 Chronicles 26 verse 5. Are we there? No, 2 Chronicles 26 verse 5. Who is there? 26 verse 5. You are in verse 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. You are still in 2. Oh, it's not working. Okay. So verse 5 says, and he sought God, this Message translation. He was a loyal seeker of God. He was well trained by his pastor and teacher, Zechariah, to live in reverent obedience and before God. And as long as Zechariah lived, Uzziah lived a godly life and God prospered him. So listen, there are two things that make Uzziah to be who he was. Number one, he was a loyal seeker of God. Number two, he was well trained by his pastor. So my job as your pastor is to train you well, that you win at work, you win everywhere. I gave a testimony last week about how one of us spoke to in his company about us, and they sent us a check in millions. And I said, I believe that happened because they could see the quality of life he lived, and they must have attributed it to what we teach in this church. So I'm trying to say that you are the light of the world, not the light of the church. So we know how good you are, not by what you do here, but what you do when you live here for where you are going. So we lay 5 foundations. Number one, you know to know that your business is an extension of the kingdom. Look at somebody close to you, give them an Holy Ghost elbow and say, neighbor, your business, MC Johnny, your business is an extension of the kingdom. Let me ask you, what's your business? What's your peppered rice? It's an extension of the kingdom. Okay. Yes, whatever you do, your workplace in the secretariat is still an extension of the kingdom, because that is where people meet you, that's where they encounter you, and that makes all the difference. Number two, to get a customer to return is easier than getting a first-time client. One of the things we've discovered as a church is that to get our first-timer to come back is easier than to go after a first person. I'd love to say that if you think about it, if we can get back everybody that visited our church in the last 1 year, we will have space crisis. The same thing with your business. If you can get back everybody that patronized you in the last 1 year, Yakato Legeyi Galaba. Hello, you'll be so busy you can't imagine it. That's what I'm talking about. So you need to know that's easier. So if somebody has tasted you once, you can always get them back. Nifemi, did you get that? All right. Number 3, many lifelong relationships start from client-customer relationships. Many customers have become spouses. Hello? Hallelujah. You know, many have become several things. They started as a client, as a customer. Before you know what is happening, they become family members and all that and all that. Number 4, this is key. Referrals works better than advertisement. And it's cheaper. Referral. In building the cathedral, I told you last week, that there is hardly anything here we gave to anybody that was not referred. None, actually. People tell us, I do this, I do that, I do suspended ceiling, I do plastering, I do POP, I do windows. We never gave to anybody until we are sure you have done something like this before and the person you did it for can refer you. That has always been my mentality. So you need to understand that you can spend a lot of money on advertisement, but your cheapest source of clients and customer is from referral. Somebody referring you to somebody, and that starts from having good clients. And number 5, competence and companionship is the bedrock of great companies. This is key. Competence and companionship. Those are the 2 legs that makes running easy. Those are the 2 wings that makes flying easy. You must be competent. Whatever you do, competence is key. But competence is not enough. Companionship is also very, very important. So be competent. Be competent in whatever you do. Whatever you do, let your competence be obvious. But also your ability to sustain those relationships makes all the difference. You know, many people that made money in any government were not people that the people in government met in government. Did anybody get that? There are people that had built relationship with those people before they became who they became, and that's very, very important. So competence is good, but then next to competence is companionship. Having said that, let me now go to nitty-gritty of how to turn your clients into customers. Are you ready? Okay. Number 1, have a data book. Have a data book. Have a data book. If you're writing, write it down. Number 1, have a data book. This is even the foundation of everything. If you don't have a data book, you have missed a lot. It's like not having a book for first-timers. Let me tell you what we do in church. What we do in church is that we go to invite people. When they come, the most important thing for us is to get them to stand up so that we can take their details. That is the most important thing. Because if you don't have their details, we will lose them eventually. It's very important for you to have a data book of all your clients and customers. Come on, say, I hear you. Let me look at your neighbor and say, are you hearing Rev? Let me tell you, I've stayed in different hotels across the world. 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star, no star. I used to stay in no star. No star is, water is not running. We bring bucket. No star is, by the time you see the towel, you think it's better for you to use your handkerchief to clean yourself. Okay? No star is, you go and tell them downstairs, because intercom is not working, that you need insecticide. You know what I'm talking about. But having said that, the most important difference between 3-star down and up is that I've never stayed in a 4-star, 5-star hotel that they don't want my details. Never. They will do everything to get my number and get my email address because they want to keep a relationship going. In fact, their plan is to make your, especially when you fly, when you fly Emirates, British Airways, Richard Branson, Virgin Atlantic, they will make sure they get, in fact, you get a mail from them. You get a mail from them almost immediately after. They want it to be a lifelong relationship. But when you fly Peace, Peace here, which is that one that is always canceling flights. They cancel our flight, even thinking at night in May. Arik! They don't care to get your number. But they don't, I don't know. Okay, so it's very important. They will do everything to get it. They will tell you, we want to give you miles, we want to give you this, we want to give you that, because you are staying with us. Is this your first time staying with us in this hotel? You say, yes, okay, we want to give you 15% discount on the next one. Can we have your name and number and email, please? By all means. They want to keep the relationship going. There is something I've seen all over the world. I'm shocked that at 1 or 2 places in Ologweru, I've seen it now. They will take your number and give you a reward card. Yesterday, I went to one of those places. I wanted to pick some things. They say you have a voucher bonus of 750 naira. But you know what? When they told me, what did I do? Give me that one. Give me that one. Give me that one. He said, so is that 750? He said, no, sir. That's 900 naira. So I have to give. Do you see their wisdom? They are wicked people. So they made me spend money I didn't want to spend because they said they gave me something free. So, very important. Have a data book. If somebody walks through you, sew a clothes, do something, have a book that has their names. In fact, if there's anything you need to protect in your business, protect your data book. Because anybody that steals your data book has all the data of all your customers. Number 2, keep vital details. On your data book, keep vital details. Somebody comes to order cake from you. When they order the cake, it says something like, I'm ordering it for my mom. My mom is diabetic, so I don't want it to have too much sugar. So you bracket in front of your book, diabetic mom. The next time you see that person, you say, how is mommy? Hope the diabetic is controlled. Yay! She will start telling you her family history. Hey, mommy, that's how it starts. September 2019, something very funny happened. We traveled with the family for vacation in America, and we stayed in an hotel, I think in London, another one in Washington, another one in Houston. It was in Houston that Dabiara said, Daddy, everywhere we go to, they just move us to one of the topmost floors. I said, well, I like the topmost floor. Then she said, but how do they know? I said, I don't know. So, unfortunately, this was September. End of October, I went to preach in Austria. I got to another hotel, and they did the same thing for me. So I asked them, oh, they said, we have it on our database that you like the top floors. I was wowed. I can't remember which hotel I got to, and I told them, please, can I have the top floor? I'd like to stay at the top floor. And the person must have put it in. So any Marriott I get to in the world, once they put my name in, boom, they don't ask me where I want, they put me the top floor. So who will tell you I won't go to Marriott the next time? That's what I'm talking about. Keep the details, vital details. What somebody said when he's talking. Did you get what I'm saying now? Yeah, it comes to so far. He said, I like flowery patterns. Put in bracket flowery patterns. I have a guy in Lagos. He does most of my natives, He will just call me and say, Reverend, let me send you some designs I know you will like. Bad boy. Because I'm not planning to sew native. But when I see those designs, I like them. So my money goes. But he's able to study me. So keep vital details. As you are typing in or writing in your data book, keep vital details of those people. It tells you, okay, I don't like my trousers being too long. Put not too long trousers. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If he says, for me, it's not even, I don't care how long it takes for me to get my clothes, but I want it neatly done. Put it in front. Know that for this person, it's not only job this one wants. Another one says, for me, I hate putting my mind that my clothes is coming. So when I give you clothes, I want it instantly. Put it there. Did anybody get what I'm saying? All right. Number 3. Remember birthdays and special occasions. Remember birthdays and special occasions. I've said it before. There are some business that if you are smart and you have a good data book, you'll be making money constantly. For example, you are into cake business, makeup business, sometimes fashion business, event. Some of those things, they are things that will become anniversary. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Or I did cake for wedding. Put it in the data book because there will be wedding anniversary. And you should be able to send a week ahead wedding anniversary test that will make already think, that cake for my wedding was good. Maybe we should even do anniversary cake. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Just call. Sisi Ore, how you doing? Bless you. Anniversary you man bo. Kini plans. Shema ko aleni jo. Blah blah blah. Me o jen go kon. O de la won cake continue won ju. Again, send pictures. Did anybody get what I'm saying? Let me tell you what I've discovered in life. Can I tell you the truth? I went to speak to coppers on Thursday. I told them that the disadvantage of life is that the fact that people with hard skills don't go as far as people with soft skills. Hard skills are, I'm the best cake maker. Soft skills are, I know how to negotiate and navigate around people that need cake. In fact, the complaint I hear every time is that I'm better than him, they made him my boss. They don't need your art skills to be boss. They need your ability to make people work to be boss. I do better cake. Look, I've eaten better jollof rice than Food Co. and ShopRite. But who cares? Your ability to negotiate. So you see some people, they always have jobs, and you know that your cake tastes better. This is what they do. Birthdays, anniversaries, write it down. Call them, send them a text, greet them. Let them know you know that their wedding anniversary is coming. It's key. Number 4, random communication. Random communication. Sometimes you just send them, everybody on your data book, a text. Randomly. Randomly. Happy New Month. God bless you. Thanks for being a good customer. Even if they are not a good customer. Hello. I said during question and answer during ISOMA, customer is always right. It does not mean they are always smart. It means they are always right. Because you keeping them as your custom is more important than you being right. I was telling them during the question and answer, I said, I've come to a stage in my life that I value peace more than right. Eh? That's my stage now. You say, do you know 2 plus 2 is 22? I say, no, it's 4. It's 22, it's 22. Okay. I've learned something new. 2 plus 2, 22. Okay. You see, being right is no longer that important to me because I put on my WhatsApp status some days ago, I said, I need another 8. This one is full. With all I'm carrying, you don't want to argue about 2 plus 2. It had nothing to my destiny. It's okay. All pastors are thieves. Okay. I'm not fighting anybody. I don't have the time. I don't even have the time. What are you talking about? You are not paying my salary. You are not the one that holds the key to heaven. What's your relevance in my life? Communicate. Finally, number 5, promotional gifts. Promotional gifts. What do I mean by promotional gifts? It's very, very important. I'm going to answer questions right now. So if you have a question, get ready. They'll move the microphone towards you. I'm going to be able to answer only 2, maximum 3. So if you have any question, whatever I've taught this morning about business, about career, I'm going to be able to answer it. That's why I did a bit of a rush this morning. Okay, promotional gifts. Promotional. I gave you an example. Yesterday, they told me I have 750 voucher. You know, sometimes they will send you text and say, we're doing promotion for Ileya weekend, Lagos Continental. They don't have religion. They will do for Ileya, they will do for Christmas. You know, bring your family for the weekend, 50% discount. Or they say to you, oh, you've been here twice this year. This year, if you come twice more, you will get 1 come free. Once we have free, especially in Nigeria, you didn't remember that the 2 you will do more. Promotional. Okay. So I'm saying that if you are into cake business, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. If you're into cake business, listen to what I'm about to say. Anybody that comes to you to make cake for wedding, for birthday, tell them, next year, your anniversary, we are giving you 10% discount. You know the bad thing you have done? You have sowed the seed in them that they will do anniversary cake. It's bad for them, but good for you. Did you get what I'm saying? You tell them, oh, it's your wedding. Oh, my God. Okay, so next year anniversary, we'll give you 10% discount on your anniversary cake. Have you seen anniversary cake before? I'll send you some pictures of anniversary. It's just doing wedding, no? It's just doing wedding, no? You have put him in trouble a year ahead. Like that, you can never lose them as a customer. Do you know he won't even think only anniversary, that of the child. Some of them will say, can I convert it to my baby's birthday or naming ceremony and all that? You can be seated, God bless you. So did anybody get something this morning? Are you happy you came early? Is it worth rushing to church to hear? All right, if you have a question, wave your hand at me very quickly, very quickly. Anybody, don't wait for me to be the first one because it might be the last one. Yes, quickly, get the microphone to Eden. So that's how to turn your client to a customer. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I am thinking how to apply this to real estate.
Yeah.
So we've sold a few low price properties, but my target is the very high priced ones. And it's looking a little bit tough to get people to want to buy that. How can I take what you just taught now and apply it to such?
Beautiful. Everybody that buy low price has somebody that can buy high price. So tell them, say, you know, we have some high price property. I know you are not ready now, but if you help me sell, I'll give you 20,000 naira. They become your promo immediately. Now, this is how life is. This is how life is. The person that has what you need, you don't know them. But you know somebody that knows somebody that knows them. So if you can link up with that person, they will do your publicity for you. But everybody is selfish. The question is, what is in it for me? So you need to let them have something. So you tell them that like, you look like a nice guy, then make them feel good. You look like a nice guy, somebody that can influence people, and we can work together. Have this property. I mean, if you can get somebody to buy it, I'm going to give you so and so. But I mean, what moves later to she want you can move. Already come, dimini, only that's one house. Do you get what I'm saying? That's where to start from. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah, you have a question? Yeah, please.
Praise the Lord. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My question is that there are some clients, they are very, very, very hard to work with.
Yeah.
No matter how you try.
Yeah.
It's their first time coming. You do your best. You go to the end of the earth to please them. And you value your mental space. Is it okay to just do your best and then not want them to come back?
Beautiful. The way you do it is the important thing. Like I said, when you value your peace, but don't do it in such a way. You see, the problem with us human beings is that when you satisfy us, we tell 3 people. When you annoy us, we tell 30 people. How many of you know you are like that also? That's how you have. When somebody pleases, that person should try. But if somebody offends you, hey, you can't even. Have I told you what, Pastor, if you can, Eden, I don't know if I've told you that they're very terrible. So do it in such a way that the pattern is amicable. Okay? Oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. The next time, I'm bringing my clothes, say, oh, I'm so busy at this time. My hands are full. Oh, it's a pity. The next time they go say, what's the color of the dress? I don't have the thread for that. In fact, the thread I'm using now is blue. You get it. Some of them will be smart enough to get the message and come to you and say, well, I'm sorry about that time. That is not me. Oh. It is my husband that got me frustrated. Oh. Some of them, just let them go. Okay? But do it in such a way that they will not spread bad vibes around you. Because when they will talk about you, you won't be there to defend yourself. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So I would like to ask about, I'm into the handcraft business, and it's more like a passion. So I'm having issues with my pricing scheme because it comes easy for me, but it's not giving me the resources I need to push the business forward. So how do I balance it in retaining customers and making it good?
I'm in that space myself right now. I told you when I was in Canada, I had some time and I wanted to make money and I needed money. So I put it on I said it on Instagram that if you have relationship issues, you need me to counsel you, fill a form. And some of them fill it, and it's $200 per hour, and some pay. So I came back to Nigeria now, and I've just been busy, The one lady sent me a message, do you do pre-counseling? I said I do wedding pre-counseling. How much? I said it's $200. She said, okay, I'll get back to you. Then she got back to me, can I get a discount? I said, yeah, okay, do $150 per hour. Oh, thank you. Then I went to see her page, and I discovered that she's a widow that wants to remarry, and I now told her to bring 400. And I now finished, I said, are you pastoring here or you are doing business? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. My pastoral side overtook my mentor, and she has paid now. So I was asking TJ, can I tell her it was a slip of time? TJ said, you have entered into it. There's nothing you can do. But just tell her, which is very important, just tell her that she should remember you do $200 per hour, $200 per hour, so that if he's talking to somebody else, she won't say it's $400. Okay, I'll do that. But this is the thing, you are not your business. That is what the time I'm coming to now. I am not my business. My business is not me. So me, I'm a pastor. It's my passion, me. My business is a different entity. In law, you see, many a times you see people like former president of America, what's his name? Donald Trump. They will say he's gone bankrupt and he still has some money. It's a business that went bankrupt. It's not Donald Trump. You can't sue him for some things. You can sue his business for some things. Okay, you need to understand the difference. So your business must have standard. Your business is a different entity. And your business to sustain itself needs money. So put your passion aside and let your business be your business. Did you get that?
Customers, they keep saying, it's expensive. And I'm like, it's not expensive. And it tends to lower your customer base and all.
Yeah. So there are 3 ways to make money. Number 1, do something cheap for a lot of people. That's Dangote style. Number 2, do something expensive for a certain class of people. Number 3, do something unique for just some set of people that we've had. For example, people that make hair overseas are making a lot of money. They are not trying to reach the white. They have their own clientele. Number 2, so what I will advise you to do, you might need to do 2 kinds of products. Have one product for everybody. Have product for high rate. So anybody that buys more, show them big. Because there are some people that won't even patronize you because it's common. Anybody know what I'm talking about? There's people that will never patronize you because as nice as it is, they say it's not very nice. How much is it? 1,000. Oh, it's nice. But the price itself makes them to realize, I will see it on my house girl. I'll see it on the Okada rider. I don't want. So you might need to start to believe God for an inspiration to do something exclusive, something very, very distinct for people in that class. So reach both classes at the same time, and it's going to be very helpful for you. So let the rich pay for the poor sometimes, okay? There are some people that even make what they do for the masses cheap. It's not at cost to attract people to keep on coming so that they can introduce them to them. That is why you will see 5 for 20 naira. But that's not what they are selling. It's when you want to buy, they now show you, but we have some other ones. Say, but that one is 200. You end up buying 200, but you came through 5 for 20 naira. So, all right. Any other person? Okay, Dr. Debomi, I think that will be the last one. We can go.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Pastor Debomi and PK, yeah?
Thank you so much, sir. That's very powerful, yes, sir. Yeah. Now, you talked about your business, and your business is different from you. I understand what you were trying to say. Maybe the company perspective, you want to do quite a whole lot of things you cancel and everything. But then there's the man and there's the business. There's also the link. That might be a topic for another day. Yeah. But I just wanted you to state the balance between the two.
The balance is very simple. They told John Maxwell to come and teach on business character, business values. And he said, I don't do that. They were shocked. We said, we call you to come and talk about business values. He said, you don't do that. He said, no, I teach values. Did anybody get that? Because once you have business ethics, you don't go and teach on business ethics. Say, I don't teach that. You don't teach business ethics? No, I don't. Why? He said, I don't teach business ethics, I teach ethics. Because once you have business ethics, you don't have ethics in life. So I'm not talking about ethics right now. I'm talking about what you charge. My ethics spread across everything. For example, I won't teach you how to catch somebody else's husband. That's against my ethics. But then, I will charge you money for that if you need it. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's where the dichotomy is. But when it comes to ethics, your ethics must be across board. The word character is from the word statue. Statue does not change. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. My question is in line with what Abigail actually said. Then you actually answered it a little bit. I also want to put a little tweak. Some entrepreneurs believe that it has to be expensive because they believe that what they deliver is good. So now, there's a mindset that they don't want. For example, now you are saying, you gave an advice for cake people. It's common with when you are doing the same type of business, maybe tailors, cakes. Mine must be expensive. Like, for example, now you said you should give a discount of 10% by your next, that's a promise. Now, if you're making, like, for example, making a cake of 10,000 naira now, but because you cannot beat it, like, okay, I will not call it 12,000. I say I'm giving 10% discount. That's 1-2 out of it. So now it's almost the same 10,000 back. Is that a wise way? How do you retain customers? How do you put a balance to that? Then some people do cheap and it's still good. And they're still kind of, they are in church like this, settings like this, we have conflict and we have rich like that. So how do you put a balance to make sure that I still get customers, I'm still making it at the same time?
That is when it comes to what you want to do. That's why I said some people want to do something little for the masses. Some want to target the high end. But this is where the common sense is, if you don't have high-end circles, start with massive circle you have. Do you get what I'm saying? So it is the people you have you start with. You don't have millionaire friends. Don't sell things to millionaires. They won't even trust you. You've not met at the Arch Club. They didn't see you at the Recreation Club. They've not seen you at Polo Club. And you want to sell them something, they don't trust you. Because if you sell them wrong, they can't fight you. Because when the big fight with the small, the big will lose. So what you do at this level is start with people around you. Now, don't increase price unnecessarily, because you might be very good, but the day they taste another cake that is very good, or see another dress that is very good, and they compare prices, they start talking to everybody about it. Let me take you somewhere. They will now become adverts for the other person, unsolicited. How many of you have done that before? You've seen that before. They now become unsolicited advertisement for the other person. So that's where the balance is. Okay, praise God. Stand on your feet. We need to go. Daily wanted to ask. Okay, ask it while you're standing. Stand up, everybody. We have 3 minutes, and the minister of the week is coming up. Yeah.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Where I work, clients come to me to say, okay, I want to give you this job, but I want you to add 300K to it, and that's going to be my share. But on my own invoice, on my quotation, it's 300K lesser. So sometimes I don't know what to do in situations like that.
Don't do it, because people are funny. Okay? Once they see that your value is low, they can never employ you. And one day, when they become friends with your boss, they will tell your boss you are not trustworthy. And sometimes, some of them have links. Yeah? You want to do?
Yes, sir. This is as a complaint, because most of the times the receptionist brings it to my desk to say, this is what the client is saying, what do we do? So it's not like, it's not a personal...
Beautiful. Deal. So you need to let them know that, please, can you get somebody else to do this? It conflicts with my values. Yeah. You conflict. If you ever have to live overseas right now, there were things you have to cope with. 2 gays come to you for things and all that. You have to tell them, that's okay, but it's just like conflicts with my own value. I'm sorry, let's get somebody else to handle this. I don't. And that's very important. Okay. I've seen a lot of cases before. You see, people that want you to lie, it's being lied to. And once you now agree with them to lie, they stop trusting you. But if you take your stand, one day they will come back and say, I want to do this, but I know you. Okay? Something very happened to a member of this church. She took 2 million to the bank, and as she came out of, and she went to collect it, as she came out of the bank, boys on Okada, Dugbe, they pointed a gun at her, collected the 2 million. She was crying, she was doing everything. And then they told them, the headquarters is in Lagos, they told them in Lagos. And the man said, suspend her immediately. And everybody, because the headquarters said she must have arranged it. But everybody said, no, she didn't. And they said from Lagos, how can you be so sure? They said, even small thing we offer her, she doesn't take. You know what happened? They promoted her. Because Lagos was like, wow, everybody is vouching for you. Say, yes, because even when we say, that's how we do it, she will say, never, I won't do that kind of it. A member of this church, now that got me proud. She got a promotion out of a misfortune because of what they made. But if it is somebody else, they say, arranging it. Okay, sharp, smart. Lawombe. But, it's in the lineage. That's what I'm talking about. So let people know you for who you are. Listen. This will shock you. You will think this happens to you because you're in secular, in ministry. One lady invited me to come and do ordination in South Africa, and I agreed. This was several years ago. Then she called me back and said, well, there is a way she can get an organization to pay for my business class ticket. In those days, how many business class tickets do I get? I said, that's beautiful. He said, yes, but we package it that you are coming as a clothes specialist to discuss Ankara fabric from, Adire fabric from Nigeria. I said, me. Now, you see, what I can't comprehend is your ordination. Do you even respect your calling? I'm coming to ordain you. It is only. And you want to, if I even do that, you will still put down your head for me to pour oil. I just told her I don't do it. You know what she told me? She said, several people will jump at it too. I said, that's why I'm not several people. I was back in South Africa some 2 years after, and somebody told me that, that lady has hold you in high regard though. Every time she talks about you, she says, if there is any man of God in Nigeria she knows, it's Albert Oduwole. Do you see how that works? That's how it works. People are funny. You want to do ordination or to come and pour oil on you. You want me to do koro koro? What do I even know about there? You know, it could be very shameful. For me to not get to the airport, they said, what are you, Adire specialist? Oh, talk to me about Adire now. What they do it in Abeokuta. So how do they, Adire is, we call it sometimes Adire, but I don't know. And you call yourself a pastor. See if that can, and the devil is smart. The devil will make it look like an opportunity until it brings shame. So don't just do it. It's just not worth it. Did anybody get that? All right, God bless you.